Hey, my name is Jason Van Tatenhove, and if I look familiar, maybe you saw me testifying before Congress. Or maybe it was a CNN or MSNBC segment on political extremism. Or maybe you've read my work. I've had articles in Newsweek, little blurbs in Salon, or just on my Substack, the Colorado Switchblade. For years, I worked as a journalist and author, covering the collapse of democratic norms and the rise of extremism in America. But the deeper I got, the more I realized the systems that were supposed to protect truth, justice, and people like us are failing. I stepped away from traditional journalism, not because the fight isn't worth having, but because the old institutions no longer protect the truth. I needed a way to speak it, so I turned to fiction. This is They Knew. It's not just a story, it's a serialized resistance novel unfolding in real time. It begins when a brilliant young woman realizes that if things keep going the way they are, she and everyone in her generation simply won't have a future. Not a livable world, not dignity, not freedom. So she and others like her must seize what's left of their future by tearing down the broken systems that have failed them, the corrupt institutions, the greed, the rot. They have to burn it down so they can build something new, something brighter. And it all starts here. So here's how it works. I'm going to be recording a new chapter where I just read it here, and then after reading that chapter to you, talking about some of the news stories that influenced that chapter and why I had some of the characters react as I did. When it's done, it'll be available as a full-length novel in print, digital, and audio. But because it deals with urgent, timely themes, AI surveillance, oligarchy, collapse, I'm releasing it one chapter at a time, week by week, as a serialized story, as I'm inspired by that week's news stories. Each chapter comes with an illustrated visual, like a graphic novel cover, and it's posted on my Substack. You can get it via email or just go to the app or the webpage. Again, it's the Colorado Switchblade. You can just Google it or find the link in the details down below. All episodes are free, but paying subscribers get early access, bonus commentary, and behind-the-scenes updates. If this story resonates with you, and if you want to support independent resistance storytelling, if you want to resist through fiction, you can subscribe for just $5 a month. Helps keep me going, the project going. It will be a little gritty. I'll mess up sometimes. Sometimes you'll hear my dog bark or my teenage daughters come through. But it's a great story, and the people who've been reading it so far love it. Now let's get into chapter 1. They Knew by Jason Van Tatenhove. The coffee maker sputtered its last gasp, filling the apartment with the bitter smell of burnt grounds. Raven Marlowe didn't move. She stayed hunched in her rolling desk chair, chin on her knee, staring through the bay window at the trembling aspen tree outside. Golden leaves danced in the sunlight, oblivious to the fact that her world was crumbling. The coffee maker sputtered again, releasing its last stream of rich, dark liquid into the pot. Raven walked into the kitchen and poured herself a mug, cradling it between her hands, softly breathing in the beloved aroma and savoring the feelings and memories of better mornings it brought with it. The mug's warmth seeped into her palms, but it couldn't touch the chill in her chest. She took a deep breath and let it out slowly, staring at the steam curling from the cup. Today wasn't just about her dreams. It was about the man behind that door down the hall, who had given everything to and then sacrificed everything for her. Returning the favor was the least she could do, but that sense of duty didn't make the reality any easier. She had to wake her father, once a giant of strength and brilliance in her eyes, and clean that stinking, repulsive, most personal of messes his illness left smeared and burning across his lower half. No one else would help. Her father had given up everything for her, a career, a future, a place among the greats, and now it was her turn to give up everything for him. A knock rattled the front door, startling her. Visitors were rare these days. Setting her coffee down, she opened the door cautiously. Standing there was Caleb Winslow, his sandy blonde hair tousled by the breeze, his glasses slipping down his nose. He balanced a laptop bag over one shoulder and held a coffee cup in his hand. "Hey," he said, his easy smile faltering when he saw her face. "Bad time?" Raven blinked, caught between the pull of her heavy thoughts and the surprise of seeing him. "Caleb, yeah, it actually kind of is. What are you doing here?" "I was in the neighborhood," he said, his smile returning. "Thought I'd check in." He held up the coffee cup, the logo of a local cafe scrawled across the side. "Bribery. Figured you might need it." She almost laughed, but stopped herself. "You don't have to." "I wanted to." He paused, his gaze flickering towards the closed door at the end of the hall. His smile softened as he wanted to say more, but thought better of it. "How's your day?" Her throat tightened. "Not great. I need to handle things before I head to the lab. But listen, I do need to talk to you later. Will you be around?" Caleb's grin returned with a hint of his usual drama club flair. "For you, always." He swept his hand theatrically. "Whatever you need." His grin was disarming, and for a moment it worked. A small smile tugged at the corner of her mouth as she imagined a world where she wasn't carrying everything alone, where she could let him in, not just through the door, but into her life. It was a dangerous thought, letting him in, a risk she couldn't afford to take now. Her father's groan shattered the fragile moment, dragging her back. It cut through the air like a jagged blade, sharp and raw, pulling her into the dark reality waiting down the hallway. The melody of her childhood had twisted into something unrecognizable, raw, guttural, filled with pain. Raven's smile vanished, her shoulders stiffening, jaw tightening against a wave of emotion threatening the surface. The sour scent of sickness and the faint hum of machines seemed heavier now, closing in around her. "I have to go," she said, her voice steeling itself for what lay ahead. Without waiting for his reply, she closed the door, bracing herself for the task ahead. Her father had given up everything for her, his dreams, health, and future. It was her turn to sacrifice, and she would do it for the same reason: love. Well, I hope you enjoyed this first chapter of They Knew. Next week, I'll put out another one here on YouTube. Again, you can read a whole bunch more chapters already written at the Colorado Switchblade. Just Google Colorado Switchblade. I also have you can find me on Blue Sky. I also have an author's page on Facebook. You can find me there as well. So please subscribe if you like this as we get into it. I know you haven't gotten too much yet, but it gets real exciting real fast. So please stick with it and get through the next couple chapters because, man, it really becomes a bit of a political thriller with that fast, heavy beat of just non-stop action. So I hope you enjoyed it, and we're all in this together. Let's keep a little hope alive.